The 2006 film, The Devil Wears Prada, directed by David Frankel, is a timeless classic that has had a profound impact on a generation. It centers around Andrea Sachs and Miranda Priestley, achieving global commercial success and receiving 2 Oscar nominations. Anne Hathaway and Meryl Streep received acclaim for their performances. Harry Potter, based on a great book, is a movie that has made history. It competes with The Lord of the Rings and has been nominated for 3 Oscars. Directed by Chris Columbus, it stars Daniel Radcliffe, Rupert Grint, and Emma Watson. The story follows an orphaned boy who discovers his true identity and battles evil in a magical school. Sense and Sensibility is a top romance, drama, and period film. Directed by Ang Lee, it is a remarkable adaptation of a Jane Austen novel, which won an Oscar. The talented cast, including Emma Thompson, Kate Winslet, Miriam Emily Francois, James Fleet, Hugh Grant, and Alan Rickman, beautifully portrays the Dashwood family's journey after their father's death. Jurassic Park, a 1993 Spielberg film based on Crichton's novel, became a mega hit for its thrilling action, drama, tension, and dinosaurs. It follows Hammond's creation of a dinosaur theme park using fossilized DNA, which turns into a nightmare. The film's success spawned a franchise with Dern, Neal, and Goldblum as the main characters. Gone Girl, released in 2014, remains a popular topic due to its plot twists and outstanding performances by Ben Affleck and Rosamund Pike. The film, based on Gillian Flynn's novel, was directed by David Fincher and explores themes of justice, revenge, manipulation, and public perception. Breakfast at Tiffany's, whether the book or the movie, is widely known. The 1961 film, which won 2 Oscars, has had a lasting impact on pop culture, fashion, and music. Audrey Hepburn's unforgettable portrayal of Holly Golightly, a young woman from New York's elite, who falls for a man in her building, is overshadowed by her troubled past. The Shining, a cult classic based on Stephen King's book, debuted in the 80s and is popular during Halloween. The film by Stanley Kubrick follows a family at an isolated hotel for the winter, with the father affected by a malevolent presence and the son having horrifying visions. The actors and cinematography create an eerie atmosphere and sense of horror. The 1985 film adaptation of The Color Purple, directed by Steven Spielberg, faithfully captures Alice Walker's novel. With a talented cast including Danny Glover, Whoopi Goldberg, Oprah Winfrey, and Margaret Avery, it effectively explores themes of racial oppression, women's empowerment, and identity. The Help, directed by Tate Taylor and based on Catherine Stockett's novel, reveals life-changing secrets and has sparked controversy over its portrayal of race. Starring Octavia Spencer, Jessica Chastain, Viola Davis, Bryce Dallas Howard, and Emma Stone, the plot follows an aspiring author during the civil rights movement who writes a book from the perspective of African American domestic assistants. The Hunger Games trilogy is undeniably successful. Based on Suzanne Collins' books, it became a major franchise starring Jennifer Lawrence, Liam Hemsworth, and Josh Hutcherson. It had a similar impact to Twilight and is now considered a cult science fiction series for young adults. Gary Ross directed the first film, with Billy Ray adapting the screenplay in collaboration with Collins. Roald Dahl's novel Matilda was a hit, so naturally, the film adaptation was highly anticipated. Starring Mara Wilson and directed by Danny DeVito, the movie became a beloved classic. It tells the story of a smart girl with terrible parents and promotes intelligence, empathy, and perseverance. It continues to be a favorite among audiences, leaving a positive impact on young viewers. Anthony Hopkins and Jodie Foster starred in the iconic 1991 film The Silence of the Lambs, based on Thomas Harris's novel. The film expertly captures the eerie atmosphere and suspense of the story, with both actors receiving praise for their performances. The production team was also recognized, and the film remains highly influential in the industry. The Princess Bride, directed by Rob Reiner and based on William Goldman's novel, wasn't a hit in 1987, but has since become a cult classic. Starring Robin Wright, Cary Elwes, Mandy Patinkin, Chris Sarandon, Christopher Guest, and Wallace Shawn, it follows the story of Buttercup and her presumed dead love, Westley, as she's forced to marry the wicked Prince Humperdinck. Mean Girls, starring Lindsay Lohan and Rachel McAdams, is an iconic title from the 2000s. The movie follows Katie Heron as she navigates high school and falls for the ex-boyfriend of the popular girl. The plot is based on Rosalind Wiseman's novel and Tina Fey's teenage experiences. A new musical version of the franchise is coming soon, promising surprises. The 1994 film, The Shawshank Redemption, directed by Frank Darabont, is a cult classic that tells a powerful story of redemption and hope in a brutal prison setting. Based on a Stephen King short story, it features exceptional performances by Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman, and received critical acclaim and award nominations despite a slow start at the box office. The new Little Women film was praised for its faithfulness to the book and innovative narrative. It won an Oscar for costume design and was directed by Greta Gerwig, who gave the story a fresh and contemporary approach while honoring the book's spirit. The star-studded cast, including Emma Watson and Meryl Streep, brought the characters to life effectively. Stephen Chbosky directed The Perks of Being a Wallflower in 2012, based on his own novel. He played a significant role in the adaptation, maintaining the essence of the story and characters. The film features a talented cast, including Logan Lerman, Emma Watson, and Ezra Miller, who received praise for their authentic portrayal of the characters' emotional complexities. The Talented Mr. Ripley, directed by Anthony Minghella in 1999, is a faithful adaptation of Patricia Highsmith's novel. Starring Matt Damon and Jude Law, the film received 5 Oscar nominations. While some changes were made to the story, the project was praised for its suspense, psychological exploration, and the performances of the A-list cast, including Gwyneth Paltrow and Cate Blanchett. The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring, directed by Peter Jackson, is a highly acclaimed film based on J.R.R. Tolkien's book. It won 4 Oscars and follows a hobbit and 8 companions on a mission to save Middle-earth by destroying the One Ring. The film stars Elijah Wood, Orlando Bloom, Ian McKellen, and Cate Blanchett, and grossed $871 million worldwide. The Coen brothers directed No Country for Old Men in 2007, praised for its story, cast, and capturing the dark atmosphere of Cormac McCarthy's novel. Despite not following Hollywood conventions, it was a box office success with Tommy Lee Jones, Josh Brolin, Javier Bardem, and Woody Harrelson bringing the characters to life. The film explores themes of violence, morality, and the passage of time. American Psycho, based on Bret Easton Ellis' novel, starred Christian Bale as Patrick Bateman, a Wall Street banker with psychopathic tendencies. Directed by Mary Harron, the film had a significant impact on popular culture. The Godfather, released in 1972, forever changed the film industry. Based on Mario Puzo's novel, it is highly regarded and directed by Francis Ford Coppola. Starring Marlon Brando and Al Pacino, it tells the story of an aging crime boss passing on his empire to his reluctant son. Angela Bassett, Whoopi Goldberg, Taye Diggs, and Regina King starred in the '98 film How Stella Got Her Groove Back, directed by Kevin Rodney Sullivan and based on Terry McMillan's book. The story follows Stella Payne, who finds love with a younger man in Jamaica, as she rediscovers herself and regains confidence. Bassett's performance earned her numerous nominations. Bones and All, directed by Luca Guadagnino and starring Timothée Chalamet and Taylor Russell, was highly anticipated in 2022. Based on Camille DeAngelis' novel, the film adaptation, written by David Kajganich, follows Marin as she navigates survival on the outskirts of society, consuming those she meets during her journey across the U.S. 12 Years a Slave, directed by Steve McQueen, is a hit film that earned big at the box office in the 2014 Oscars. It's based on Solomon Northup's 1853 memoir and follows a free black man from New York who's kidnapped and sold into slavery. The A-list cast includes Chiwetel Ejiofor, Brad Pitt, Michael Fassbender, Michael Kenneth Williams, and Dwight Henry.